Hi, everyone. My name is Kim Lepp, and I am the owner of Home Instead Vancouver. Today, we are doing a presentation on dementia. Currently, I am pursuing my master's in dementia. My passion lies in advocating for individuals with dementia, aiming to educate them and others on fostering a fulfilling life with dementia. I want you to understand the essence of dementia and learn how to provide support to your loved ones. It is just so paramount. So what we're going to learn today is what is dementia. Dementia is actually an umbrella term that covers a wide range of diseases and conditions characterized by a decline in memory, language, problem solving, and other thinking skills. Did you know that there are over 100 different types of dementia? But the ones that you see here, the vascular, the Lewy body, mixed, Alzheimer's disease, and frontotemporal, are the ones that you most commonly see. How does dementia affect the brain? Dementia results in the degeneration of nerve cells and loss of brain tissue. I mean, if I want to tell you non-scientifically, it's like you have all these little nerves in your brain and they actually talk to each other. And what happens with dementia is that they start to gradually break down. And really and truly what's happening is that there's a lot of significant shrinkage to the brain, which affects almost all of its functions. So it's a progressive nature. It happens over time, of course, and it does worsen over time. And at this point in time, we know that there's no cure, but later on in the presentation, I'm going to tell you how you can actually live with dementia. And again, there's various types of dementia that exhibit distinct progression patterns, impacting the cognitive and disrupting day-to-day routine, potentially jeopardizing the safety and overall well-being. One of the things that I'd really like to talk to you about is the importance of person-centered care. So now we know what dementia is, and now we need to say, okay, I have dementia, now what? So really what it is that you need to understand that even though you have dementia, you are still that person. And that person has had a lot of life experience. So when we talk about person-centered care, we're talking about what is really important to you still, even though you have dementia or your loved one has dementia. We want to make sure that that person is living the life that they've always lived. Maybe they can't do it exactly the way they used to. Maybe they can only do certain parts of it, but it's still very important to them. We also have some daily living tips for dementia care. The first thing that I'd really like to say is that you need to take courses. It's so important that you and your loved one understand what dementia is. And there is a lot of courses out there that can actually help you. Be patient. If you're living with dementia, be patient. Things will happen. You will have your ups and your downs, but really just be patient with that. If you're caring for someone who has dementia, I can really stress how important it is to be patient. And with more education, you can understand what that person is going through, so the patience will come. Be loving. It is so important to love that person that you're with. Even if they're doing things that it might aggravate you or upset you, just be loving. And for those of you living with dementia, love yourself. Know that things are going to change. They might not be as easy as they used to be, but just take baby steps. Take a break. This is something that's really important, especially if you're taking care of someone that you love. Just take that break. Take time away. If it's going away on a trip, whatever it is. If you're living with dementia and you're trying to do a task and you're getting frustrated, take a break from that task. Just walk away and then come back to it later. You'll get it eventually, but just don't be so hard on yourself. And don't take it personal. This is really tips for someone who's looking after someone with dementia. It's really hard because you have such a close relationship not to take it personal, but that's one advice I can really and truly tell you is please don't take it personal. Communication techniques. You know, as dementia progresses, you will have to start the communication to get the person to talk. A lot of times they're living in their own little world. They don't want to talk, but it really engage with them. You know, there's certain techniques that you can use to actually help them engage. You know, speak to them slowly, speak very clearly. You know, speak in short sentences. Don't go on and on and on, because remember, they're only taking in so much. Those little nerves in their brain aren't working as great, so they're not taking all that information in. Make eye contact because their vision will be changing. So really contact, make sure you're right in front of them and they can see you and they can see what you're saying. Let them respond at their own speed. Don't rush them. I just see so many times when we're taking care of clients, it's like a hurry. You can see the family members hurrying them up to go somewhere. They're not in that framework to do that anymore. So just really take your time. Don't belittle them. That is for sure. A lot of times we use visual aids to help get the point across. That's really important because visually they can see things. So if it's, in the cupboard, you want to put what's in that cupboard. If it's soup or whatever, you can actually put a label of soup so that they can look at that and see that's what's in that cupboard. And don't make things complicated. Again, it's just like when you're speaking to them, you want to make things very, very simple so that they can understand it a little bit at a time. There are going to be changes for sure in their behavior. So you have to understand what those changes are. And again, that comes with education. I think the most important thing is to find somebody that you can relate to that is educating persons in how these behaviors are going to change. My very favorite person, and I'm certified in it, is Teepa Snow. She talks about changes as gems, which is just so amazing because really everybody is a gem. It doesn't matter, that someone is living with dementia, there's still that gem. And in each one of those gems, we go through what is going on with that person and how you can communicate with them. So education is imperative. The role of the routine and familiarity, I cannot stress this enough. When someone living with dementia, what they really want is they want a regular routine. They don't want things to be changed about. If they're consistent in doing one thing over and over again, they will know that that is what they're supposed to do. And some of the examples are like dressing, grooming, bathing. If they know in the morning they get up, they have a shower, they get dressed, and then they eat, that's a great routine for them. So keep that routine. And then they will learn new tasks. They can actually learn different tasks that they need to do if that routine is going over and over again. I keep it simple. I can't stress that enough. Everything that we do with people living with dementia, it must be simple, okay? So that they can really grasp what's going on and they can actually learn how to do something. So I think that's one of my key gives to you. As I'm learning in lots in the course that I'm taking, and one of the things that I'm learning is that eating and like nutritional care and well-being is so very important. They've actually seen people living with dementia that the dementia slows down when they do physical exercises, they keep themselves very healthy and they drink lots of fluids. That journey seems to slow down a bit. I'm not saying that it's going to totally stop or reverse that. Not at all am I saying that. But it actually does show in different studies that we've done that regular exercise can help prevent it from going quickly. So that's just something, just make sure that they're continuing to exercise and eat very well. Engaging activities for the mind, I think we all need that. I think just your mind is a muscle and we need to exercise it. So it's important to keep their mind active. You don't want them to be sitting in a chair. You want them to be active, either going out for a walk or they can learn how to play games like jigsaw, crossword, Sudoku, memory games, whatever it is that they can do just to keep that mind going. Some women love to knit, so make sure they still do that. It's that mind actually keeping busy is very, very important. The power of music. I love this. I mean, I don't know how many of the audience know about Glenn Campbell, but he had Alzheimer's and he could play and sing music as often as if nobody knew he had Alzheimer's, like none of his audience, but he actually did. And he could use that music to evoke emotions and memories, right? So it actually bypassed the cognitive barriers, but the memories were still there. It could still play the music. We have clients, and I love it. They actually love to play the piano, and they'll play the piano and sing, and they even remember the words. I have a hard time remembering words, but our clients are actually able to sing a song as if it was something that was recorded in their memory forever. But it really does show that it has a profound impact on their cognitive part and really gives them that happiness, you know, of in the moment. Taking care of the caregiver. I think if I was to say anything, this is so important. If you're actually looking after somebody that has dementia, you really need to take care of yourself. So regular exercise, eating well, getting good sleep, taking time off, that's all, like, it's so very important. You know, it's like when you go on the plane, they say when the oxygen mask comes down, you put that on you first. And the reason for that is because you need to be in really good shape to be able to help others. And this is absolutely no different. So please take care of yourself. There's lots of resources out there. There's lots of help out there if you do some research. And at the end of it, I've listed some places where you can go for help. Planning for the future, it goes back to that person care center that I talked about at the very beginning. It's about that, who is that person? What is it that they still need? What is important to them, right? And so, you know, in the future, things are going to change. It's inevitable. But what is it that they want right now? What does that look like later on, right? Is there a power of attorney in place? Is there a director of care in place? Are any of the other wishes being written down and put into place for that person that's living with dementia? The journey of dementia doesn't have to be daunting. It really doesn't. I'm reading a book right now, and it's a great book. It's all about living with dementia and stop raining on my parade is what the book is called. And it's really about what is it that we need to do to prepare for this journey, because it is going to be a journey. And so one of the key things there is the happiness. Like, what are we grateful for every day? What is it that we can actually say that we need to do in order to move forward in this journey? So their preparation is key. So you're going to prepare the journey and engage in activities that promote disease management. Individuals can positively impact the progression of dementia. Managing expectations. While dementia may not be reversible, ample evidence suggests that proactive measures, like I talked about before, with the way you eat and exercise, can also really help with their journey. And empowerment through information, just learning as much as you can, making sure that you go to every, there's so many journals, so much research that you can actually do to create a really good understanding of what your journey is going to look like. And the journey's not like that for everybody. So I just want you to understand that. Everybody's going to have a different journey, but education is essential for you to understand what's happening. So that's really a little overview. If you have any questions, please get in touch with me. It's kim.lepp@homeinstead.com. I have a lot of information I can help you with. I have resources I can refer you to, so don't hesitate to email me. I've listed a few emails, some supports and network at the end here. Caregiverstress.com is a great resource. It's actually put out by Home Instead. It really helps with different information about Alzheimer's, what you need as a caregiver to actually help get yourself through this, how you should treat your loved one that's living with dementia. And Alzheimer's.ca is an amazing resource that you can use. There's lots of peer groups and support there at Alzheimer's.ca. And TIPA Snow is my very, very favorite, tipasnow.com. Lots of education on how to interact with someone living with dementia and really what that person is going through. So it's like a step-by-step following of TIPA that will help you with every, I guess, stage that you're going to go through with dementia. So again, my name is Kim Lepp, and please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I would love to help. I'm very passionate about this, and I know that I can give you some resources that really can help you. And thanks again for listening.